Marc Daniel Nelson here with MakeMineMusic. About once a year, I want to do a consistency of offering a free start-to-finish mixing thing on YouTube. And the reason why I want to do that is so everyone can have access to it. So I have here today a great little track by the artist Carter Thomas. He's this great up-and-coming in Chicago. He's under the production Unison in Chicago. And I was given this track called Ryder to introduce a start-to-finish mixing course and hand over the stems for you guys to follow along. It's a really stripped-down track. Very little stuff is going on. Lots of vocals, but as far as rhythm and stuff, there's a really great bass, drums, and some synths. Very stripped down, very clean. So today's little task is to hyper-focus on the smaller details of getting all the background vocals together, putting a little more time into the kick and bass. As this is a hip-hop style pop track, you want to focus on how the impact is hitting you with the drums and such. And in general, just giving it a nice little sheen polish. I do already have this prepped here. And if you haven't followed any of my prepping videos in the past, you can see very quickly how to do that. Overview though, I have the drums in red falling down to effects, bass in blue, guitars in green, synths, and then vocals, and then a plethora of background vocals. I mean, this track has a ton of doubles and triplets and harmonies to get things to sit really tight. As well, Ricardo printed effects and his throws, which I'm going to listen to and decide if I want to keep them or decide if I want to replicate them with something I have, maybe a little denser reverb or something. And then down into my template, falling in all the way through to reverbs down to my print. As of today, I don't think we're going to need my stems, so I'm going to hide those. And then I have the ref track. So let's just listen to this ref track that Ricardo mixed, and then we can plan how we're going to mix the track.
Take a ride with me, where you wanna be. So baby, we can go. We gotta take it slow. We already know I'm always on the road. I'm not the one that comes home. You should find someone normal. Alright, let's cut to the chase. I ain't got the time to make you mine.
First thing I'm hearing is obviously it's developing as it's playing through. Really stripped down drums, nice tight vocals.
But just know that I always hold you. Baby, I'm a rider.
Backgrounds start to build.
Stay by my side, yeah. Take a photograph, yeah. We could die, hey. Together you and I, yeah. These thoughts suicide, yeah. We should go.
After a first pass of listening to it, I can tell you the stuff I would do to enhance and make things a little more special when it comes down to it. Now, because this is a very stripped down track, you need to be very careful with reverbs and low end and transient response and all those things that are going to add to the attack of the snare, the bottom of the kick, the bass guitar that's moving a lot. It's very melodic. So instead of just adding reverbs and low end and stuff, that's just going to muddy it up. So we're going to have to be really, really critical of choosing what tones we're going to do. And today I'm going to be mixing this hybrid. So my typical hybrid setup these days imparts a couple different things. One is my API console with 8 channels. One is the AT101 Fairchild. One is the solid state Logic 2 Bus Plus. In general, it's just tickling and it's just going through things. I'm not going to adjust anything. I'm not using the EQs on the console. I'm not going to use the compressor on the AT101. I'm going to just use it as a color box. And I'm going to set the 2 Bus Plus just slightly on the drum bus. All this is my Lavery print converter the Savitar Gold, and that's just taking back all the analog stuff back into the session. I will also use plugins after the line like I normally do, and then at the end put a limiter on it just for added cheese, as Doug Sachs would call it. Now, since it's locked into a stereo track, that kind of ties our hands together to make any kind of creative decision about adding extension on the low end or focus on the snare or reverb in general. So what I did was I cut down, cloned the two, and just cut out the kick. And the snare on their own. What this will allow me to do is I can hyper focus on either the kick or the snare, or combine the three. It's just adding another dB or two per element, but that will allow me to either trigger if I want to add something to the snare or add specific reverb and have a lot more control with it. Down the line, I also have this loop that comes in on the choruses. All this is, it sounds like hi-hats and some claps and stuff like that, with a tiny bit of echo and just a little groove effects that are going on with it. So I'm going to leave that on its own. We have these guitars here that I remember listening to it the first time I was hearing it going, I wish these were also earlier. So I usually don't do a ton of production, but I might add these into the first half of the song too, as we go down the line, just as a premonition to what's to come. Down the line, here's the Rhodes, the D50, the 3 synth tracks. Here's the lead vocals that I have all grouped in, verses and choruses, and the doubles are after it. Same bust into the same channel of my bus. And then this introduces us to Sha 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 Shoo, the background vocals of Despair. Thousands and thousands of tracks. These are all grouped, and I hand panned them specifically, as you can see, depending on where they placed. I know there's a lot of people that like to span around as a panning thing with background vocals, but just learning from the guys I've learned from, hard left and right, when you're doing stacks and stuff like that, seems to sit really good in a track versus kind of spanning it around. And I don't know if that has to do with phase or the relationship that it goes between the vocal and the stacks of the background vocals, but just doing hard pan left and right seems to keep things really tight. It is familiar. It reminds me of some of the earlier Michael Jackson era stuff where just things are just hard, and then there's a center point for the vocal. So yeah, that's in general pretty simple for that too. Hearing this, I want to have a little bit of groove going on with the snare. I want some space. I want some open sound to it. There's a song Jeff Buckley has called Everybody Here Wants You. And the song starts similar to this, where the drums go. And on the snare hit, there's these massive, beautiful, dark, but set back reverbs, where it just has this like pillow, like you're gliding on a cloud. For reverb, I have this cool little new guy, the Atlantis. The Atlantis dual chamber. This guy sounds pretty sick. Just gorgeous. Almost too hyper realistic. But it can go forever, to the point where actually the original chamber has this massive decay time. And so I'm going to tone that back a little bit, but this is going to be my choice reverb for the drums. The other thing is I'm going to put a tiny bit of pre-delay on that snare. So instead of it going ta, it's going to go ta-ah. Just a little bit of a delay, just to separate it enough, because there's all these elements going into the hi-hats. The other elements like the synths and the background vocals are going to need a little bit of the separation from that very first hit. That feels pretty good to me. What this is doing, though, is creating a nice little texture, a little space that's giving me a nice instant kickoff to the track. As a listener, you want to kind of feel like you're going on a ride or you're going on an adventure when you hear a song, which leads us into the bass guitar. Before I get into EQing the drums, I want to hear what the bass is doing with it together. Very well recorded by Ricardo. I'm going to only add a little bit of a point. Just a little mid-range and then tie that down. I do this to all my basses. Everyone goes, "You're doing the same thing." And I say, yeah, because it works. So all I'm going to do is just add a little bit of glue. So when he does the pops and stuff like that, ties it together.
Take a photograph, yeah, we could.
Does sound like there's some effects and stuff on the bass, but I'm not going to get into that right now. I'm self-focusing on the interaction between the kick drum and the bass guitar. Normally, I choose a focal point that has the most low end on the instrument. It's either going to be the kick drum or the bass guitar. The bass guitar has a lot of whole notes and stuff. That sometimes has the air and the dimension. But since this kick drum seems to be the impact of the song and the bass is doing a lot of movement, I'm going to focus on the kick drum being the low end focus point. I'm trying to think where I should go from here. Instinct says pull up the Rhodes, but I just want to listen and sit on the drums and the bass, the rhythm parts going first. I'm hearing in my head a little bit of a phaser. Hold on. A little bit of a phaser on the bass guitar just to create a little bit of a personality. It's a little interesting choice, but I think it might work. Now, as a phaser goes, there's 1,000 plugins that sound great. I usually just type in one that is just like a guitar pedal phaser. This is, I believe, the Avid version. I'll just kind of play with it and hear how it sounds, but it might not work. It might be absolutely ridiculous. Ooh, that's swampy. One thing I am noticing, though, it's getting a little pokey, so I'm going to put it behind the compressor. By putting it behind the compressor instead of in front of it, it should tame some of that pokiness. Now, listening to this other drum part, kind of spread out, but I think I want to spread it out even more. Without doing too much damage, I'm going to go to the old trusty imager. Because there's not a lot of low-end information on this, or low mids, it seems to handle better with kind of surround width plugins. I think it's time to put in the Rhodes just to see where we're at. Very mono sounding Rhode. Here's a cool little trick. This Rhodes, this D50, is essentially a mono keyboard. We have a drum, we have rhythm section going. Those are like the meat and potatoes of this track other than the vocals. There's some synths and stuff and some ear candy guitar stuff, but in general it's just drums, bass, and Rhodes. That's sounding pretty mono. There's some hi-hat elements and stuff going on the hard left and right. But the Rhodes seems to be the one that's gluing it all together and being mono. Without listening to the Rhodes, I'm just going to tap. Instead of using the BPM as the sync for the delay, I like to use a tap because sometimes it's just a little out, creates a little bit of drama, a little bit of mystery, and a little bit of flange and a little bit of uneasiness sometimes. So I like to do that. So listening just to the drums, I'll just tap this in. Put it on ping pong because I want the delays to go around the mono signal. And I'm going to pull down the mix to see how tight we can get it. So you're in the track. Might be a little too much for now. I'm going to leave it in, but might be a little too much once we start adding other elements in. Let's mute the vocals out of my buses and open everything else up. Part in the beginning that I wanted to just focus on the guitars. I copied this over. I'm going to automate the pan of this, as I feel like in the track it'll create a nice little texture. Listening to the ref on these, I do hear something similar to that. Maybe as random and radical as I can get, only because if it becomes too uniform, it just becomes too pretty. I'm going to take the delay off the guitar part on the second half. I'll leave it on the first, but in the second half, I feel like it's just a little too boring. It adds a little too much gooey gumminess, where I want to make sure that the guitars are hard left and right without a lot of gooey dirtiness, delay, gunking it up. So on this part, I'm going to just mute this on my bus. Starting to work on my 2-bus a little bit. Not too sure I like this ATR. This is a usually go-to for me on the 2-bus. I feel like generally this mix sounds pretty tight and fat. When you start adding level and limiter on it, it's going to be pretty dialed in hard. Now, adding this line amp with a tiny bit of 8K and little top end. ATR might be too much. No bueno. Does not need the tape at all. I'll tell you why. People just think color is always better, but this is all about feeling and punch and emotion. And in hip hop and R&B in general, you're trying to grab the listener to understand the feeling of the rhythm, the drums and the bass, and how it all goes together. You start adding mushy tape to it, it might sound fatter, but it's losing all that pretty definition that we spent a little time on. And it also sounds wider with it on, but that doesn't mean it's better. I think the kicker with music today is people get so caught up on the idea that wider is better or something, even depth is better. But in general, we're still ingesting things on speakers that we hear from across the room or in a car or even in headphones. Just because it's wider doesn't mean it's always going to be better. So try to talk yourself off the ledge when you're hearing certain things. Just because it's wider doesn't mean it's always better. Just because it has more bottom end doesn't mean it's always better. I'm ruining the transients by putting this on. And it's making it more lo-fi. If I want lo-fi, I could just get the old sketch cassette. Sounds pretty cool on its own. Before we get into the vocals, I just want to do a quick review of what we were doing and what we've been working on here. Something to notice is that I'm not doing a lot of EQ on this. There's a reason for that, and it's because it doesn't need it. Too many times we decide just because we have EQ, we need to use it. And honestly, usually when it comes down to sample-based stuff in hip-hop, R&B, or pop, that the tracks already have a significant amount of color and character to them. They're usually EQ'd really well as the sample from the front, and what we need to do is more about balancing and trying to find elements like low end shifting and stuff like that to create the balance that we need to get it to stay tight. Kick drums, hi-hats, stuff like that might get a little aggressive when it comes down to putting a limiter on things. So we will come back to that eventually once we start adding more and more elements like the vocals and stuff. But in general, I might just add an overall EQ to the full stereo mix just to bring a lift to the top or take a little bit of the meat out of the bottom before I hit the limiter. In general, though, all we're seeing is a little bit of shifting of some spread, some sub-drop stuff, a little bit of tuck EQ on the Rhodes as the glue, and that's pretty much it in general. We have a tiny bit of the 560 EQ adding a little bit of the shelf on the top. But that's just mainly just that 2520 op amp sound that I like of the API and this plugin that does something really cool together. So I just wanted to say that and repeat that specifically, that just because we have plugins and EQs doesn't mean you have to use it. What I'll do now is just play back to the vocals and get things set, and then I'll fly it back into the track.
Take a ride with me, where you wanna be. So baby, we can go. We gotta take it slow. We already know I'm always on the road. I'm not the one that comes home. You should find someone normal. Alright, let's let's cut to the chase. I ain't got the time to make you mine. Take you shopping in Rodeo. Fuck, then I have you home by 9. If that's cool with you, then let's ride. Double umbrella, keep you dry. A lot of others jealous, but take a ride with me. Where you wanna be? So baby, we can go. We gotta take it slow. We already know I'm always on the road. I'm not the
Small
one that
moves.
comes home. You should find someone normal. Alright, let's cut to the chase. I ain't got the time to make. Alright, let's cut to the.
Let me find that pop.
Alright, let's cut to the chase. Alright, let's go.
There it is. Wow, it's very obvious. Ricardo, how did you not catch this?
Alright, let's cut to the chase. I ain't got the time to make you mine. Take you shopping in Rodeo. Fuck, then I have you home by 9. If that's cool with you, then let's ride. Double umbrella, keep you dry. A lot of others jealous, but just
Cool thing
that I
about
always
this
hold
plugin,
you.
I just want to bring up the low level
Alright.
just a little bit.
Alright, let's cut to the chase. I ain't got the time to make you mine. Take you shopping in Rodeo. Fuck, then I have you home by 9. If that's cool with you, then let's ride. Double umbrella, keep you dry. A lot of others jealous, but alright, let's cut to the chase. I ain't got the time to make.
Small moves, small compression stacked together is going to create a lot more of a clean sounding vocal than kind of hitting a compressor at 5 dB of gain reduction. I mean, you can't even see it moving barely on the Klanghelm, but this box is so colorful that it does enough just as is. The tube tech is just going to add a little bit more of a thrust, and the distressor is pretty much going to tie it all together, and that will probably have the most amount of compression.
Together you and I, yeah, these dogs who. Alright, let's cut to the chase. I ain't got the time to make you mine. Take you shopping in Rodeo. Fuck, then I have you home by 9. If that's cool with you, then let's ride.
Trying to get a little bit of a percussive sound out of the vocal.
But just know that I always. Alright, let's cut to the chase. I ain't got the time to make you mine. Take you shopping in.
Once we have the compression kind of set, I might back off just a little more EQ.
Alright, let's cut to the chase. I ain't got the time to make you mine. Take you shopping in Rodeo. Fuck, then I have you home by 9. If that's cool with you, then let's ride. Double umbrella, keep you dry. A lot of others jealous, but just know. Alright, let's cut to the chase. I ain't got the time to make you mine. Take you shopping in Rodeo. Fuck, then I have you home by 9.
Super, super, super simple moves, but what we're doing is creating character development with the sounds that we're using with the EQs. Instead of just slathering everything with reverb and EQ, we're creating personality where it seems like, oh, that's a very dry, uncompressed vocal. It's still in your face and stuff, but it's just sounding more expensive. Now, instead of putting in the other Atlantis chamber on the vocal, which will end up just blending in to the drum reverb, I will try the Protégé on this, knowing that I will probably use not the Sunset chamber, but something similar. You can find this easily on the Seventh Heaven plugin. I'm going to try the large hall, a little harder pre-delay, almost 125, a little longer, maybe 3.4, and then open it up a bit, because I don't know why, but I feel like this needs to be a little more glassy sounding on the vocal. But by putting the 124 millisecond on pre-delay in the vocal, it's going to separate it from the snare reverb. It's going to separate it from the vocal and still sounding dry. And let's test that sucker out.
Alright, let's cut to the chase. I ain't got the time to make you mine. Take you shopping in Rodeo. Fuck, then I have you home by 9. If that's cool with you, then let's ride. Double umbrella, keep you dry. A lot of others jealous. These dogs suicide, yeah. We should go for a drive, yeah, yeah. take a photograph, yeah, yeah, we could die, hey, together you and I, yeah, just do suicide, yeah, we should go for a drive, yeah.
Another thing to consider, traditionally in R&B records, the snare is almost equal to the vocal, sometimes a little louder, same as the kick. We've been accustomed to keep the drums tight and tucked underneath, and honestly, I feel like this song should be a little more dangerous where the snare is a little poking over the vocal and makes things a little more groove. It keeps things a little more dangerous, which is really cool.
Well, I've been waiting all day for the right time to tell you, girl. Hey, baby, I'm a rider, yeah, but only for the night. Hey, stay on my side, yeah, take a photograph, yeah, yeah, and we could die, hey, together you and I, yeah, these dogs suicide, yeah, we should go for a drive, yeah, yeah, Ryder, yeah, but only for the night, yeah, stay by my side, yeah, take a photograph, yeah.
I'm gonna pull in a reverb just on this spot, on both sections, but on this spot.
Baby, I'm a rider, yeah, but only for the night, hey, stay by my side, yeah, take a photograph, yeah, yeah. Baby, I'm a rider, yeah, but only for the night, hey, stay by my side, yeah, take a photograph, yeah, yeah.
This is the Pro R reverb that is a big part of my template sound when I'm doing long throws or super sustaining reverbs. It just adds enough weight and gooiness and extension, but it doesn't gunk up a lot of stuff. So I'm going to automate this send on my bus of my vocal, just on this section, and then again when it repeats itself later in the song. Now that I have things kind of sitting pretty good, before I do any automation on the vocals, I want to focus on these background buggers. So I'm going to just listen to the whole pass and just hear what I'm going to do before make some decisions based around how we're going to adjust based on what we're hearing. Because there's so many tracks. Luckily, this was edited really well and cleaned up before it came to me. All I did was sat on it, did some even balancing, but mainly just getting panning done specific. So I will open up these buses one at a time just to see what I'm grouping and kind of listening to what we have. But we are definitely making good headroom on this song.
Hold you down.
Here's the cool part. A couple of these background tracks have programmed reverb already built in to the track. It was already burned into the track, how they recorded it. I'm going to add a tiny bit of the Seventh Heaven underneath it and just listen to hearing the depth change of the two reverbs, where it almost sounds like it's going like this, and then the depth spreads out.
Always hold you down.
Beautiful.
Hold you down. Drive, yeah, yeah, right.
Try that ping pong.
Fortune I can feel. What's it mean to be a writer? Well, I thought you never asked me, girl. Hey, I've been waiting all day for the right time to tell you, girl. Take a ride with me, where you wanna be. So baby, we can go. We gotta take it slow. We already know I'm always on the road. I'm not the one that comes home. You should find someone normal. Alright, let's cut to the chase. I ain't got the time to make you mine. Take you shopping in Rodeo. You'll fuck, then I have you home by 9. If that's with you, let's ride. Double umbrella, keep you dry. A lot of others jealous, but just know that I always hold you. Baby, I'm a rider, yeah, but only for the night. Hey, stay on my side, yeah. Take a photograph, yeah, yeah, and we could die, hey, together you and I, yeah. These dogs suicide, yeah. We should go for a drive, yeah, yeah. Rider, yeah, but only for the night, yeah. Stay by my side, yeah. Take a photograph, yeah, yeah. We could die, hey, together you and I, yeah. These dogs suicide.
I do like the delay on this, on the background vocals, but I do feel like it's too much until...
Cut to the chase. I ain't got the time to make you mine. Take you
this section and this section. It's just too much gumming. We're losing all this openness. Okay. Ricardo printed a bunch of these throw reverbs, and I want to just listen to how they sound before I move on to automating the vocal. Right now, I feel like, in general, things are sounding really tight and good. I haven't put a limiter on it yet, and I haven't done a terrible amount of automation. I'm not going to do any automation on the drums. I'm not going to do any automation on the bass guitar. I'm going to definitely do it on the vocal and the background vocal. The reason why I'm not going to do it on those is because, again, this reminds me of something that's just kind of floating on a cloud, and I don't want to put too much emphasis on the drums and bass as movement, because I like the way it's just staying there, and it's a lot punchier to stay there versus pulling in and out and ducking and stuff like that. Feel like with the vocal, it'll blend in nicely doing that on its own.
jealous, but just know that I always hold you. Baby, I'm a rider, you drive.
Pretty good sounding throw. I'm going to mute this for a second and try my own, because I feel like I can probably get a lot more dense reverb out of it, and it'll sound...
Keep you dry, a lot of others jealous, but just know that I always hold you. Baby, I'm a rider, a lot of others jealous, but just know that I always hold you. Baby, I'm a lot of others jealous, but just know that I always hold you. Baby, I'm a lot of others jealous, but just know that I always hold you. Baby,
the Fab Filter reverb on that throw sounds a little thicker. I'm going to leave his here. I'm going to check this one. Sounds like a delay throw. You know what? I'm going to put another ping pong on that just to open it up even more. Versus out. And then again.
Stacking up my chips, rainy days and shit. Settle down with kids.
This has definitely been bothering me. I just feel like it just sits still. I don't know if I want an auto pan, but I don't know. I'm going to try it. I'm going to pull up a couple different settings. I remember Pensado had a neat one. Dave, good settings on this one. We'll have to chat about that. The Fun on the Edge is probably my favorite, because it's like sticking on the left.
Rainy days and shit, settle down with kids. I don't think I will, spinning like that wheel. Fortune, I can feel the man between the men. That's the job I have, stacking up my chips. Rainy days and shit, settle down with kids.
See, it's just poking out just a little bit.
Spinning like that wheel. Fortune, I can feel.
We'll go with this one. Okay. Before I start the automation, I just want to emphasize that, again, I'm grouping my lead vocals. So in order for me to do that, I'm just going to run an entire pass from the top and just automate the actual lead vocal bus. Because everything feels pretty tight and clamped, I just want to create a little bit of movement around the actual rhythm section.
Take a ride with me, where you wanna be. So baby, we can go, we gotta take it slow. We already know, I'm always on the road. I'm not the one that comes home, you should find someone normal. Alright, let's cut to the chase. I ain't got the time to make you mine. Take you shopping in Rodeo. You're fucked, then I have you home by 9. If that's cool with you, let's ride. Double umbrella, keep you dry. A lot of others jealous, but just know that I always hold you. Baby, I'm a rider, yeah, but only for the night. Hey, stay by my side, yeah. Take a photograph, yeah, yeah, and we could die. Hey, yeah, but only for the night. Hey, stay by my side, yeah. Take a photograph, yeah, yeah, and we could die. Hey, together you and I, yeah. These days suicide, yeah. We should go for a drive, yeah, yeah. Ryder, yeah, but only for the night, yeah. Stay by my side, yeah. Take a photograph, yeah, yeah, and we could die, hey. Together you and I, yeah. There's no suicide, yeah. We should go for a drive, yeah. The man between the men, that's the job I have. Stacking up my chips, rainy days and shit. Settle down with kids, I don't think I will. Spinning like that wheel, for rainy days and shit. Settle down with kids, I don't think I will. Spinning like that wheel, fortune I can feel. What's it mean? I will. Spinning like that wheel, fortune I can feel. What's it mean to be a rider? Well, I thought you never asked me, girl. Hey, 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 hey. Well, I've been waiting all day for the right time to tell you, girl. Can feel. What's it mean to be a rider? Well, can feel. What's it mean to be a rider? Well, I thought you never asked me, girl. Fortune I can feel. Fortune I can feel. What's it mean to be a rider? Well, I thought you never asked me, girl. Hey, 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 hey. Well, I've been waiting all day for the right time to tell you, girl. Hey, baby, I'm a rider, yeah, but only for the night. Hey, stay by my side, yeah. Take a photograph, yeah, yeah, and we could die. Hey, baby, I'm a rider, yeah, but only for the night. Hey, stay by my side, yeah. Take a photograph, yeah, yeah, and we could die. Hey, together you and I, yeah. These days suicide, yeah. We should go for a drive, yeah, yeah. Rider, yeah, but only for the night. a photograph, yeah, yeah, we could die, yeah. Take a photograph, yeah, yeah, we could die, yeah. Together you and I, yeah. Just do suicide, yeah. We should go for a drive, yeah.
Pause for a second. I'm monitoring incredibly low right now. The reason why I'm monitoring incredibly low is because I just want to be able to just strain myself enough to hear the tops of the background vocals. Same with the vocals. That's a great way to actually get balance when you're not totally sure of the placement. This gives me the air and volume that I need, and it just keeps me right on top.
I'm not the one that comes home. You should find someone normal. Alright, let's cut to the chase. I ain't got the time to make you mine. Take you Alright, let's cut to the chase. I ain't got the time to make you mine. Take you shopping in Rodeo. Fuck, then I have you home by 9. If that's cool with you, let's ride. Double R Rodeo. Fuck, then I have you home by 9. If that's cool with you, let's ride. Double umbrella, keep you dry. A lot of others jealous, but just know that I always hold you. Baby, I'm a rider, yeah, but only for the night, hey. I always hold you. Baby, I'm a rider, yeah, but only for the night, hey. Stay, I always hold you. Baby, I'm a rider, yeah, but only for the night, hey. Stay by my side, yeah. Take a photograph, yeah, yeah. And we could die, hey. Together you and I, yeah. These days suicide, yeah. We should go for a drive, yeah, yeah. Ryder, yeah, but only for the night, yeah. Stay by my side, yeah. Take a photograph, yeah, yeah. We could die, hey. Together you and I, yeah. These days suicide, yeah. We should go for a drive, yeah. The man between the men.
See how it grows? It was just growing, 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 building, 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 down from here, coming up and down. I will probably globally bring this down just a little bit, and then a little more at the front, and then definitely this section, because that's what was bothering me earlier as well. Just a little bit. That pretty much wraps it up here for the mix. I'm going to end up printing this. Don't forget to download the Multitracks and follow Carter online for more music. Happy mixing and happy week.
Take a ride with me, where you wanna be. So baby, we can go. We gotta take it slow. We already know I'm always on the road. I'm not the one that comes home. You should find someone normal. Alright, let's cut to the chase. I ain't got the time to make you mine. Take you shopping in Rodeo. Fuck, then I have you home by 9. If that's cool with you, let's ride. Double umbrella, keep you dry. A lot of others jealous, but just know that I always hold you. Baby, I'm a rider, yeah, but only for the night, hey. Stay by my side, yeah. Take a photograph, yeah, yeah. And we could die, hey. Together you and I, yeah. These days suicide, yeah. We should go for a drive, yeah, yeah. Ryder, yeah, but only for the night, yeah. Stay by my side, yeah. Take a photograph, yeah, yeah. We could die, hey. Together you and I, yeah. There's no suicide, yeah. We should go for a drive, yeah. The man between the men, that's the job I have. Stacking up my chips, rainy days and shit. Settle down with kids, I don't think I will. Spinning like that wheel, fortune I can feel. What's it mean to be a rider? Well, I thought you never asked me, girl. Hey, 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 hey. Well, I've been waiting all day for the right time to tell you, girl. Hey, baby, I'm a rider, yeah, but only for the night, hey. a photograph, yeah, yeah, and we could die, hey, together you and I, yeah. These thoughts suicide, yeah, we should go for a drive, yeah, yeah.